Welcome to this week's Swarf and Chips. Now, this show has a bit of a European flavour about it.
Au revoir.
Bonjour. That's goodbye. Bonjour. And Colin is working out with metal again.
Bad boys.
We start with yourself, Mark, don't we? Where you went to visit WFL's open house in Linz, which is in the north of Austria.
Best chocolate ever.
Really? Well, where is it?
Well, you're working.
Sorry.
Oh, is it? Well, I don't blame you. Paul visits ETG in Ireland with a cycle time challenge. And whoa, we also have a cycle time challenge. Is our first exclusive back to us from JKP Engineering.
He is a massive fan, so yeah, watch it definitely.
It's going to be brilliant. So it's your chance to win a Swarf and Chips goodie bag. So we're giving away 2 this week, and these pair you've got to do some guesses as well.
Hey?
Yeah.
But that's under pressure.
They won't get it wrong. Mark visits GROB, which is Europe's largest machine tool builder on one site, and we see their incredible TAS centre. And finally, Colin visits FB Chain in Letchworth, Garden City, and shows an unbelievable example of some simple automation transforming their business. All happening on today's Swarf and Chips. So chaps, another busy week. Europe, the UK, any updates for me?
Well, they let me back in the country because when I was over in Munich with GROB, it was D-Day. It was that big B word.
Oh.
And soon I'll have to go through a different way of actually getting into the country with the passport.
I can tell you about my day trip to Amsterdam.
Oh, please don't. No, not Colin.
Yeah.
In Amsterdam.
No, it was for work, but they cancelled 2 flights on me. Didn't get home till the next day. Look and smelt like I've been dug up. Not good. Well, you saw the video updates as I was getting home.
And you didn't have a brilliant entrance at home, did you? But we won't go into that one.
No, but whoever's got my car, can I have it back, please?
Basically. Right, so last week we asked the question in a recent survey conducted by MTD Cincy, out of 100 engineering companies, how many had a robot on site feeding a machine tool? Right, we opened up that to the floor of everyone. I think Paul said something because he visits a lot of companies, 35. Gia was like 3. And we've had you writing in. The actual answer was 6% of companies have a robot. Yeah.
I thought higher, personally.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought about 3. I know. Yeah. Did they say as well? Germany's about 20%.
20. Yeah.
I mean, Paul's obviously 35% is ridiculous high, but that's because he's seen a lot of companies.
He's seen the companies, but it's quite interesting. So we do have a winner of a Swarf and Chips goodie bag, and we'll put your name on the screen, not you. Okay, so on with this week's show. Let's go and head over to WFL in Austria with Mark.
Lindsay, today I've made the trip to Austria, the home of Millturn, WFL. Now, Simon, you represent WFL in the UK through Carl Machine Tools. Now, this seems a bit of a game changer. WFL with FRAI on automation. What is the change here?
Well, WFL on the 1st of October last year bought FRAI, which is an automation company specialising in automating machine tools and assembly lines. They do robots and they also do gantry and portal type systems. So they'll continue to make automation for other industries, but now that they're fully owned by WFL, they will become the new automation arm of WFL, which will enable us to offer more advanced solutions to our customers, enabling them to be automated under our own control.
Now, you guys have been very successful in the UK, leading with aerospace sectors, the oil and gas sectors, but do you think this is a bit of a game changer for the UK or worldwide for WFL?
I believe that the automation will offer us some really interesting new markets because in the past, although we've had extremely capable machines, because the automation has been done through a third party, it's never quite the same. But now that we're going to be owning the automation, it means we can tailor it exactly to the solution that's required to make the machines more productive.
And I know we're seeing one of the smaller machines here on the M30, but could you go bigger with this type of system?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we can go up to larger weights with bigger robots, and with the portal systems, we can go up to greater weights. Again, it'll be application-based and bespoke to each particular customer's requirements.
Thanks, Simon. Well, it just shows you, Lindsay, it's all about Industry 4, automation is the key to success here in Austria at WFL.
Oh, fantastic, Mark. So they bought FRAI, but who are WFL? Can you just explain what their USP is?
Well, WFL have been building Millturn machines for a long, long time. I don't know, I should know really, to be fair, but they do like the smaller machines like the M30 there, which could hold, you know, a fair size part, up to an M200 that we walked underneath that could hold 60 tons. And can, you know, they're the benchmark of Millturn.
60 tonnes, I thought you said you were referring to the actual machine tool, but it's actual components.
Yeah, like the sort of big oil and gas components, for instance. But the reason they bought FRAI was just purely that they are an Austrian robot company. And effectively they're in the portfolio of WFL now.
And what was the question we asked, you know, people with automation?
Yeah.
But with that one, I'm thinking, I think WFL big machine tools, but that one there clearly isn't. Do you know what size the robot arms will go up to in terms of holding it?
Simon does say in the interview, actually, if you listen to it properly, Colin, that they do bigger robots, to be fair, but they won't go up to the M200, I'm sure, but very sizable, up to maybe the M50, M80s maybe.
Right, but I was alluding to what size billet, but anyway, that's okay.
Yeah. Are you upset now?
No, I am.
Should we move on? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so don't forget we have 2 cycle time challenges, one from Paul and one challenge from a Swarf and Chips viewer at JKP Engineering. I'm so excited. So don't forget you too can challenge us as well. We really, really want you to send them in, and everyone in the industry can do that as well. So don't forget Mark visits GROB in Germany, but let's head over to Paul next.
I've travelled to Ireland today. I'm at the Engineering Technology Group's headquarters just outside of Dublin. Now we're here for their machining event. This is a smart machining event. They have it once a year, and if you're from Ireland or Northern Ireland, then this is definitely an event to attend. Now they've been showing off 3 machines as well as software and as well as tooling at this year's event, and 3 of the parts that they've been making, one of which we're going to do a cycle time challenge on. Firstly, this is a component that they've actually been machining on the Nakamura today, the AS200L, one of ETG's most popular selling machines. The Nakamura really is a premium quality machine at a very affordable price. The second component here, this has actually been machined on a 3-axis Quaser. It's actually been machined on the MV134, working in conjunction with Goering tools. Lots of contouring on there, very nicely finished component. Behind me here, this is the machine that we're going to be doing the cycle time challenge on, and this is the part, I'll show you in a bit more detail in a minute, but this is the Quaser MF400U. This is my favourite here today. Now this is a 5-axis machining centre. I like these machines for several reasons. Firstly, you have to look at the build quality of the Quasar machine. They come with all the bells and whistles, linear scales. It's a high precision machine for high value components, but they also have some quite unique features within them or on them as well. Certainly this machine, being quite small, it has 48 tools on it. There's not many 5-axis VMCs like this that come equipped as standard with 48 tools. It also has a 20,000 Maxia or 20,000 RPM Maxia spindle on it, and some quite unique or good 0-point work holding from Euroa there. Now this is the component, this is what's being held on the 0-point system from Euroa on the 5-axis table. How long does this part take to machine? Now this is aluminium. You can see there's quite a lot of pocketing, there's quite a bit of surfacing on here. Obviously outside, around the outside diameters, or I say diameter around the outside faces, some channels in there, some holes, drilling, nice surface finish on the insides on here. And then of course on the front there you've got the engraving cycle where they've actually engraved Mastercam on there, who supplied the CAD solution or the CAM solution for this part. How long did this take to machine? In aluminium, as I said, using Goering's tools, Goering's cutting tools, and Mastercam CAD-CAM software on this high-speed 20,000 RPM Quaser machine. What do you think? How long?
So, gents, any guesses or anything? You know?
One thing I will say is you can tell Paul used to sell machine tools quite successfully, because I was quite into the machine rather than the actual cycle time.
I'll have 10. I'll have 10.
I'm going to throw it out there, 1 hour 20, but don't. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think
1:05. 1 hour and 5 minutes.
I don't want to put you under pressure, Lindsay, but I think we should ask you what your guess is.
1 hour, that's fine. That's it. Yeah. Go on.
I just want to mention, Paul does highlight about this machine. I know it's a cycle time challenge, but these Quasar machines, they are so really great specs in terms of 48 tools. You're not normally going to get that many tools on that type of machine, and 20,000 RPM as just quick examples. And he mentioned the previous Swarf, I think the customer had 3 Quasars, he's had them 3 years, he's had 3 very minor issues. all sorted out
Yes.
over the phone. So great
Yeah,
machines.
yeah, good reviews from that.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
it's not about us at all. It's for you to put your guesses in the comments box below for you to win a Swarf and Chips goodie bag, and we'll announce the winner next week. So don't forget your challenge as well from JPK Engineering is coming up a little bit later, and not long before we see Colin pumping iron at FB Chain. Oh no, I don't even think we want to see that, do we? But next up, Mark gives us a real treat at GROB in Germany.
Lindsay, I'm back in Germany, the home of GROB in Mindelheim, Germany. Now, Lewis, you're the MD of the UK operation, but what I'm really interested to know, this TAS Centre, what makes it a little bit different here?
Yes, it's our technical application centre in Mindelheim. We have all our variations of universal machines set up with all the options to be able to undertake technical demonstrations on customer parts, basically.
Now, you guys have been very, very strong within the automotive sector, and obviously there's a big change there. But this modular machines that you've got here, could you tell me the variations that are really, really sort of keen for aerospace, let's say, in the UK?
Yeah, our G series of machines, starting with the G350, our smallest machine with a 600 diameter workpiece, increasing up in two stages, 550, 750, with a workpiece diameter of 1280 millimetres. Very, very flexible machines, can be configured with different spindles for different challenging materials, aluminiums, titaniums, wasp alloys, those kind of things.
Now, this centre here, are you actually inviting your customers and their parts to actually demonstrate the power of your machines?
Yes, we welcome customers with a challenge that we can undertake a demonstration and prove our quality and prove our machines out, really, Mark.
And finally, what makes GROB different from other machine tool companies in the world?
We like to be close to our customer. We want to give good service and be a good partner for the future.
Thanks, Lewis. Now, these guys can actually produce up to 25 machines a week, which is absolutely vast. Now, a great insight into GROB. As Arnie would say, Lindsay, I'll be back.
You were such a plonker.
Well, it's meant to be fun and
No.
keeping a new customer like Lewis happy.
I mean, look how happy
is that
Lewis is.
is that what's happening there then?
Anyway, I've seen GROB at a lot of the events, Mac shows and everything,
Yep.
but I don't know enough about them, but you can clearly tell they're a huge company.
Well, actually, their manufacturing plant in Germany is the largest manufacturing of machine tools in Europe in one space. They've got one more hall being built at the moment, and it will be 14 halls. It's a bit like going to Hanover, EMO. You know, it's vast.
really?
And some of the factories that they've got there have got all the automotive machines where they're all in a cell, FMS cells. You know, it's a truly fabulous place, and that TAS Centre, you know, is just out. It's just unbelievable.
What's their USP?
Well, I think
I'm going to jump in there, if I may.
Yeah,
As I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
over 50% of the automotive engine in the world are manufactured on GROB machines.
Really?
Yeah, so
Yeah, they're trying to get out of automotive into more other areas with their technology transfer. But really, what I think you could say about USP of the GROB, those particular G machines, is that the spindle doesn't move, the workpiece goes to the spindle, makes it more rigid. Very high-end machine tools.
You've got it limited on the size of the part, haven't you?
well, you're saying they're trying to get out of automotive. Is that an aerospace?
That's a
company?
blade,
I know
yeah,
you
I
can't
mean-
really say, but Joe's done another video on it, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I know this is not the right terminology they like to use, but they can actually cut upside down. So in other words, you've got the swarf falling away, which can cause a lot of problems with the tool. It's a fabulous machine, and they will do very, very well. Or continue to do very well in the UK.
And with the tooling though, as you say, the spindle, as you can see just in the background there, it's moving away from the component. You can actually, it's up the tunnel machine, is that right? So you can get longer machining.
Yeah, I mean, they make their own machines, specific machines to make their own models that they sell to customers.
Yeah,
That's how clever they are.
Well, get in touch with GROB, of course. Okay, next up, it's your challenge. Because JKP Engineering has sent us a cycle time challenge.
Hi guys, it's Tom from JKP Engineering at Rotherham. We've seen your cycle time challenge, so we thought we'd do something different and give you one. This is the part we'd like you to get. It's a mild steel block finishing at 130mm long, 99.5mm wide and 62mm deep. It's got 2 tolerance bores, an O-ring groove, 4 10.5 screw holes. And this is where it comes from. A mild steel burnt block with 5mm on each face. Op 1 was done on our Erco VM30i, and then for the second op went on to our VMX42. So, did this block take 26 minutes, 36 minutes or 46 minutes? Good luck.
Oh, Tom, thank you so much for sending in our first ever challenge, Cycle Time Challenge video.
Roll neck, is it cold? Was it cold in there?
No, that's fashion.
It's
is
not
it?
that well,
That's fashion.
okay.
Tom, you're
but he's up
fashionable.
north. Ooh, controversial.
So my guess would be 36.
I'll probably go 46.
Oh, right, I'll have 26.
There you go.
Can I just quickly say, it needs to be filmed in landscape, not portrait.
Yeah,
That's-
if you send them in,
Please.
so we'll be really, really grateful.
Otherwise, our editors will have a meltdown.
Well, whomever guesses the Cycle Town Challenge, this one as well, we'll put into a raffle the winner and send you out a Swarf and Chips goodie bag as well.
Excellent.
Right, okay, next up, let's see spaghetti arms in action.
Chris, you told me you'd flipping tell me when you started filming. Anyway, Swarf and Chips, I thought I'd just showcase with you. This is one of the components that here at FB Chain, Letchworth Garden City. Now, all the parts they're making are very, very similar, but bigger, longer length, diameter, slightly different M and things like that. So what they want to do is make this process simple. They've got a range of Doosan machines and Halter CNC automation systems. This is really to take the sort of myth that automation robotics is complicated. It's not. They've got a universal loading system here. You can have one of three types. So universal, one for turning, one for milling. Controls here. I won't press them, but they showcased them earlier. Exceptionally simple to use. Even an idiot could use them. That's why they wouldn't let me on it. There's no cage around here. So here, now, as you can see, Chris, that's gone orange. And then if it goes red, I've screwed the whole day's production up. But that's an example. The robot cell, nice and easy, and that is running. Production's gone up from 105,000 units a year to 170,000 with the same amount of staff. So that's a great example of automation, and it's made easy here. We've got similar cell. The only difference is slightly different product, slightly smaller product. And as you can see in the background, all sorts of different, they are very, very similar, like I said, and a great example of how automation really works well for these guys. Those two were mills. This is a fixed head lathe. What you got here, they were just making this product. This is easy to curl, not a problem at all. But they're now loading up and running. See, you can see slightly bigger product there. Now that will be up and running, tooling set, loaded for an 8-hour shift. 15 minutes to get that all done, so absolutely amazing. If you look around, there's actually, all the machines are still running, but everybody, by the guy just setting that machine there, has gone home. Brilliant.
Well, it's automation again. This is becoming such a large part in engineering nowadays to be cost effective and to be able to win business. It's increasing productivity. That's what you're talking about.
I'm still not happy about the spaghetti arms. Those bad boys.
Go on.
Don't touch me.
Oh, no,
That's
still
harassment.
spaghetti.
Anyway, more to the point. For engineers that don't know Halter, who are they and where do they manufacture?
Halter CNC, out of the Netherlands, been going just over 5 years. FB Chain bought their first one 4.5 years ago, so it was a bit of a leap in the dark, but they've loved them so much. They had one, they've now got 3, and I think they're looking to buy another one.
Right.
And these cells are supposed to be, you can move them between machine tools. They'll fit any machine tool, pretty much. They love them so much, they're not going to move them around. They just bought more robot arms.
Really?
Simple as that. Yep.
And that 6% we was talking about earlier on, that's certainly going to go up.
Well,
Yeah,
over
it's
the
got
next
to.
next year or so, definitely.
Yeah, it's got to, because you've got to compete with other countries and everything. So, but you know what? You said at the beginning, simple robotic or simple automation, and actually it really does look quite easy and simple to use.
They load it up, 15 minutes, and it's running for 8 hours. We got there near the end of the day, and pretty much everybody
What are
got
they
home.
making, Colin?
They are big chain links, and these go on the end. They sort of hold the chain link onto the forklift or the lift itself. So relatively simple products, but they load them up, mill them. And actually, in this video, I must admit, slight mistake. I said 2 mills, 1 lathe. It's 2 lathes, 1 mill, but that's not.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah, whatever.
Lights out engineering.
Yeah,
Then.
there you go.
They absolutely love it, and they've gone from production of 105,000 units a year to 170,000
yeah, that's a
without
lot.
any more staff. So it's just
incredible.
Impressive numbers.
And I was able to program. It was that simple to program.
It's got to be simple.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Right, anyway, thank you for watching this week's Wolf and Chips. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and send in your cycle time challenge answers. Right, as we always say, keep those spindles turning.